Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Cybertronian Villains 2-pack of Skywarp and Thundercracker from Transformers Earthrise War for Cybertron Trilogy. Now this 2-pack is exclusive to Target, so if you're trying to look for this 2-pack, definitely need to check out either a Target store or the Target app. I will say after about a month of fighting the Target app, I would assume their website is the same way, I was finally able to get an order for this in. It kept saying, like, it would pop up and say, your item is in stock. And then by the time I could open the app, it was sold out like 30 seconds or less. So I don't know if it was a bug where it was saying they were in stock, but they weren't, or if it was really they're just putting up a handful at a time and they're just selling out that fast, which is also possible. But I think they're really showing up in stores now. I've seen lots of pictures online, so I don't think it should be too hard to get a hold of these guys. It was just kind of like in the very beginning, it was annoying, but also, you could just check the app. They'll probably go back in stock on there at some point. But we have two Seeker repaints of Starscream in Thundercracker and Skywarp. Now, I know what I said. I wasn't going to buy all the Seeker repaints because they're pretty much just upscaled versions of the original Classics ones. But I never hold to that. I mean, let's be honest. I don't even know why I say these things anymore. But in any case, I think they look really good. And I really think it makes sense for them to be Voyager size instead of deluxe size. So that is a reason why I do enjoy, getting them in this higher scale. And from what I said about Starscream, if these guys hold true as well, which I'm assuming they do because it's the same mold, it's about as close to like a Masterpiece grade version of these characters without paying Masterpiece prices. Try to say that 5 times fast. Masterpiece prices. In any case, they're really nice toys. And these guys look pretty excellent as far as paint applications and everything go. We just had the Coneheads revealed on the Fan First Friday a couple days ago. Actually, yesterday. I don't know. I have no concept of time anymore. And that was Dirge and Ramjet. And somebody put up a picture of Generations Ramjet next to the new Ramjet. And I got to say, the old one had so much more paint. Maybe it's just an early production photo. Maybe the final product will have a little bit more paint. We'll see. But, I mean, just from right here at the window, these guys look great paint-wise. So I don't know why the original Seekers would look great and the Coneheads would miss out on the paint. Maybe that little bit of extra plastic for the Conehead. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. Let's go ahead and take a look at this artwork because it's really, really cool. So you can see the Ark kind of crash landed in the background here. You have a really nice picture of the two Seekers here in their Earth jet modes. Looking really nice. I just love the packaging. I think Siege was a lot of fun. I like Earthrise even more because it uses a lot of like greenish blues, which I just like that color. So I'm definitely on board. Looks like there's some super tiny little guys floating around in space down there. I can't really tell who that is. I can tell that that's Galvatron floating around in space up there. And then you have that really cool artwork there on the side. I mean, I loved the giant, like, Siege mural. I love the Earthrise mural just as much. Very, very cool. And then taking a look on the back. Robot modes, jet modes. Again, the paint looks great. So I'm hoping that when the Coneheads finally do show up, they have the paint that they need. But Ramjet looked like a lot of white. So we'll see. But this is a review of these guys. So let's concentrate on these guys. I'm going to go ahead, get them out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here they are out of the package, and they did a really nice job with these. I really love the shade of blue for Thundercracker. I think he looks great. He looks a little boring from the back, but he's got that really nice red and white trim there on the wing, which I think looks really, really good. Solid blue cannon here on the side of his arm, and just all the silver paint here for the torso looks absolutely fantastic. You get the orange for the canopy of the jet. A lot of nice kind of grayish black paint down here for the ankle, little silver there on the foot. Just all in all, really, really nicely detailed, really nicely painted. Taking a look at the face sculpt, it's kind of hard to see the eyes. They get a little lost because the, head crest is so pronounced, but they do have red paint there for the eyes. I don't know, do I have like a little light I can shine? Let me see. It's just really, really hard to see because they're so sunken in there. Where's my light? Here it is. Let me see if this will work. There you go. You can see the red eyes. They're in there. They're just really overshadowed by how big the head is. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the sculpting for the head is correct, and it looks really good. It's just hard to see the eyes down there. They get kind of overshadowed. Taking a look at Skywarp, pretty much the same deal, although he looks like he's in pain. Maybe he just stubbed his toe or something. Not really sure what's going on, but again, he's got the nice red eye paint. Just a little hard to see. He's definitely upset about something. But again, paint applications look great. He's got the purple and white stripe there on the wings. The Decepticon symbols look good. Purple silver paint down here. Just really, really good figures. They're really, really nicely detailed and painted. Let's go ahead and we'll get into articulation. So it's pretty much what you would expect. Heads on a ball joint, so you can swivel that around. You have a swivel and a hinge in the shoulder. You have a bicep swivel, 90 degrees in the elbow. You have, it looks like the wrist can move up and down, but I think that's because of the transformation. Can it swivel from side to side? I don't think it can. And now you can see there that it's one solid piece because it kind of folds up and connects in, but you cannot do a wrist swivel, unfortunately. As far as the waist goes, nothing there, but we do have hips, so we can do back to front, out to the side. You have kind of a upper thigh swivel. It's very, very pretty much right underneath the waist swivel there. And then you have 90 degrees at the knee, and then of course the ankle tilt. And obviously being of the same mold, they both have the exact same articulation. And you know who else they have the same articulation as? That's right, Screamer. All three of them together. Fantastic. Just really, really good. I'm really happy with these. Very, very cool to have all three of them now. I think doing these two as a 2-pack was the right way to go because they didn't want to clog up the normal line. Kind of like the same thinking behind the Rainmakers 3-pack last year, which was also a Target exclusive. They don't want to clog up the line getting these guys out, but they know people do want them, so perfect. Just do a 2-pack, have it exclusive to Target. But yeah, very, very, very cool. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run through the transformation with... I guess I'll do it over here with Thundercracker. And then we'll take a look at both of them. I'll transform Skywarp off camera. Okay, so transformation for Thundercracker. If you're familiar with Starscream, transforms exactly the same way. It's going to take the cannons off and put them off to the side. So the first thing that we can do, you can put the arms out like this. This forearm part here actually lifts up like so. And then you bend the fist up to meet it. And then you can see inside, and this is like the only part that I think is a little complicated. And it's not even really complicated, it's just kind of awkward. This blue part here is going to lift up, and then that's going to kind of come through this open space here. So when you put this through, you can see how it goes like that. And then this has to kind of clip like that. And you can see then that blue piece comes through there, and then you can close this up, and then boom, the arms are done. So do the same thing over here. Lift this up. This comes and goes under here like so. And you just have to make sure that that's not like bent or anything, so be a little careful. But there you go. And then let me zoom out. So there you go. The arms are done. You can come down here. Fold these smaller wings down like this. You're going to actually tilt this, and then you're going to spin this. You can see how there's a tiny little like tab on the end of that. So this is going to spin up, and then you can see how there is a tiny little tab right there that's just going to peg right into, just like that. And then you can close these up and straighten that and do the same over here. So we tilt, we rotate, and then peg that in like that. And then go ahead, close that up. Then you're going to want to peg the two legs together, like so. Open this, and then you can see that that will rock down, kind of like a Combiner Wars or something like that. And you can see how there's two tabs here, and they're going to go in there and there. I find it's easier to do if you do it together. It kind of would seem like you want to do them separately, but then it's hard to peg them together afterwards. So do that. Then you're going to have to lift up this little skirt so that you can close these up. And then you can put the skirt back down. So there you go. You pretty much have the entire back of the jet done. You're going to open up the torso here. Now you can see how there's these two little pieces right here and here. They're kind of like clips. You want to make sure, and you can kind of use the arms, get the arms out of the way a little bit. Get this to, like, this is the difficult part because you don't want to break anything. Just kind of unclip this. But again, you don't want to, it makes me nervous every time. There we go. So we can get the chest piece to open up. Why is this not doing this? There, okay, sorry. The chest piece actually stays the same, so that's why I was being a little tricky there. This actually doesn't move. You move the back, if that makes sense. So you can see now he's back like that. So we're going to take this piece of the fuselage, make sure the head's kind of straight. This will come and go over the head like so. Then this will tilt out, swivel, and then go back. Sorry, I'm trying to do this from memory from Starscream. There we go. That goes in there. Then we're going to fold the arms in like this. I can't believe I remembered everything about how the arms work, and I couldn't remember that this piece doesn't move the back rocks back. What are you going to do? Then you're going to fold this back down, and then this will clip back the way it was. Again, just be careful. There we go. I feel like over time those are going to break, but hopefully not for a while. And then you just rotate the wings down. Now, these are a little weird because there's like nubbins, if that makes sense. So you can see there's kind of a little nubbin right there. And then there's a little spot right there for this nubbin to peg into. So when you're trying to rotate these down, sometimes it's a little problematic. And sometimes the wing will pop off because it can pop off there with, like, at this joint right here. It plugs right back in. So if it does happen to you, it seems like these are a little easier than Starscream though. So maybe they fixed something, or maybe the nubbin aren't as crazy big as they used to be. But there you go. There is the jet mode. We'll bring the guns back in and peg them underneath like so. So transformation is actually pretty easy and very similar to the original classics, just with a couple extra little bells and whistles and articulation points. Like the arms didn't fold up the same way. I think the old mold had like just the whole fist folded into the forearm, and then you just put it in instead of like compacting it and then putting it in. So it's a little different. And these pieces, I think, just swivel. They didn't have to peg in, so that's a little bit more intricate with this one. But you can't argue with the results. I mean, that is a really sleek looking jet mode. So there you go. That is definitely two sharp looking jet modes. I love these. Again, that purple and white stripe looks fantastic. Decepticon symbols look good. I almost kind of wish they were a little bit more like over here and maybe a little bigger, but that's a very minor nitpick. The black, the purple, the white, the color scheme just works, especially with that little pop of orange there for the canopy. Really sleek. And like I said, it kind of looks and feels like a masterpiece to me, even though I know, you know, the masterpieces are far more intricate and larger, but it's still just, it's nice. It's a very nice, solid alt mode and robot mode. Transformation is fun and easy for the most part. And then you just look so sharp. It really, really looks nice. Like, all the colors on this just really work. And it's compact, and you know, you see a little bit of the robot mode underneath, but it's really not that bad. So I can't complain. I think these look really, really good. So I love both of these guys. Even if you have the original classic versions like I do, I'd still recommend picking these up if you can find them. They're definite improvements. I think the upscaling definitely works. I think these characters definitely make more sense to be Voyager class than Deluxe class. And these two at least have great paint applications. Articulation's wonderful. We have the ankle tilt. There's something else I forgot to show off. They do have a hinge here in the wing. So if you don't want them all the way, if you want to kind of rock them back a little bit, you do have that option. I do kind of like that look, so wanted to definitely show that off because I forgot to mention that previously. But they're just good figures. They're really sharp, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I feel like they're as close to Masterpiece as you can get while still being a $30 figure, if that makes sense. Obviously, there's Masterpiece versions of these guys out there, and they're, you know, hundreds of dollars, whatever they cost at this point on the secondary market. the price of Masterpiece figures is just skyrocketing, and it's getting kind of ridiculous, and it's kind of pricing me out of that line. But if Hasbro's going to keep doing, you know, the normal line with this kind of quality as far as articulation and paint, maybe I don't need Masterpiece anymore, because these are really, really nice figures. Plus, like I said, it's always nice to have all three Seekers. So, quick shout out there, Screamer. Gotta include him because the three look great together. But yeah, if you can find this 2-pack, I wouldn't go pay crazy prices for it, but I think they'll start to show up in stores pretty regularly now. I don't think it should be too terrible to find these, or at least maybe they'll start popping up with some regularity on the Target app / website. So if you can get a hold of these guys, definitely recommend it. Definitely think they are worth it. Even if you already have the original Classics versions, I definitely think they are improvements. Yes, it's subtle, and most of it's just upscaling, but I definitely think these are really nice figures. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.